Cool. What's up, everybody? This is BMOC. You're now tuned into BMOC.TV. This is the very first episode, right, of The Culture. I'm here with some dope music heads, man, from the Facebook group. I'm so excited. Can you see the excitement on my face? If you can't see it, then I don't know what to tell you. But, pretty much it's going to be a bi-weekly video chat of just like, random music topics that go on, current events, just giving our take on it. If you agree with something, let us know. If you don't agree with it, let us know as well, as long as you are intelligent, which most of you are. So, I have with me Blast, man. Say what's up to the people.
Hey, how's it going, man? I'm Blast, just a little country boy from Greenville, South Carolina. Also, shameless plug. I own slumroast.com, so whenever you get a chance, if you like dope t-shirts, make sure you check out slumroast.com.
And I have one that I'm actually going to rock. I'm actually going to rock on a special episode of one of my music reviews. So he got me with that one. It's dope. Thank you. Nikki, say what's up to the people.
Hey, I'm Nikki from Charleston, South Carolina. I have a blog, look, FABULESS.com, for your low-budget shopping needs.
Dress like her if you trying to be fly. Some of y'all out there don't be looking fly, so make sure y'all take down her tips, please. Deshaun is on the West Coast. Say what's up to the people.
Yo, what's going on? I don't have the brand popping. I'm a school fella, so shout out to my school, the 3500 Burbank High School. Shout out to Smith, and shout out 916 Sacramento. We here.
Holla back, the Bay. What's up? Go stupid. Go do.
Yes, sir.
All right, we have Donita. Say what's up to the people.
Hello, people. This is Donita. I also don't have a whole brand thing going just yet. I am, however, a wedding and event planner, so if you need that, definitely get at me on Facebook. Yeah, pretty much that's me.
But only if you get married. Only if you get married. If you're not getting married, don't holler at her. You just wait.
Wait now, yeah. I do. Wait a second now. I do engagements and all those other things too.
You got somebody in your life, because some people out here they struggling, but we'll get to that later. And Chris, last but not least, man, say what's up to the people.
You know what it is, good people. You know what it is. Chris B, straight out of Brooklyn, the baddest chaplain on the globe. Listen to my show, Songs That Could Do No Wrong, every single day on soundboothradio1.com.
This guy's a music guru. I don't say that about a lot of people, but really check out the great show. Check him out ASAP. So aside from Chris, wow, so most everybody here is JCSU alumni. This is a complete coincidence, people. I did not set this up. So shout out to JCSU.
Yes,
if you're a JCSU person, support this, share it. If you're HBCU in general.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. So the current events, man. Video Music Awards. Where do we start? Like, where do we want to start with it?Uld we start with Kanye?
Yes, you got to.
Yes.
You got to.
So somebody tell me, what was Kanye's? What was he talking about? What is Kanye's problem? What is he talking about?
Listen, man, we all know when it comes to Ye, you got to sometimes take out the content. It's about the plight. We all know he's a visionary. That's why I posted. He's doing pretty good as far as geniuses go, because if you get into mixing words and all that, you're going to get confused. What we know is he's passionate. He's passionate about breaking through, about putting people on, about taking talent, about taking his talent, most importantly. Just kind of sharing it. The last thing that stuck with me is when he was doing TV interview on, I think it was a Breakfast Club, and he was talking about trying to break through the fashion industry and like, how they making me go through all these hoops? Like, I don't have an influence already. Like, I don't have to sell this first brand of shoe because I sold X amount of albums, so my following. So put me on and stop treating me like I'm, somebody's done or something, so let me be great.
Done. So done. But my thing with Kanye, this is my issue. I'm going to go around the room with this as well. I feel like Kanye says he's fighting for the people, but I feel like Kanye's fighting for Beyonce and himself. Like, I don't feel like he's fighting for me. Like, you don't have to die for me, Kanye. I just need College Dropout 2. I need Late Registration. I don't need Yeezus 2. Don't die on me. I just need an album. Like, he's saying he's fighting for artists. He put himself on the cross. He's nailed. He has a crown full of thorns. But I'm like, who are you fighting for? Blast, help me out. Like, what is he talking about?
I don't know, but I don't know if Yeezus wept, but my thing with Kanye is like to piggyback off of what D says. Like he is a musical genius, but he knows he's a musical genius, and he uses that as like his safe way. His like that's his scapegoat. Like I can get away with it because I'm a musical genius. Like I think with Kanye is he has no level of humility. Like he went up there, and it was a small reaction. And he literally stood there for like 3 minutes waiting till the crowd got amped. He would put the mic to his phone and just tease people. Like, I'm not even going to get into when he's running for president and all that because that's nonsense. And I'll try to keep foolishness out my life. But my thing with Yeezy is like he has no sense of humility. Like he's dope at what in his craft.
Right.
He's very dope. But you cannot say like again going to what D said. It's like what's what I'm looking for? He wants to like break through the fashion industry, but at the same time, like he's his own worst enemy. Like, because he's known for bad mouthing people who don't give him a chance. Maybe they don't like you, yeah. Maybe they don't want your brand of clothing. Maybe it has nothing to do against you.
No. They like him. They just hate all black people. They don't want us to shine. They don't want us to be in here. We have to fight for Kanye. Kanye's only a millionaire. People, he wants to be a billionaire. So we should help him become a billionaire. Black.
I can't help him.
Donita, what's up? What's up with your boy? What's up with your boy?
Okay, the only thing I'm going to say is this. There are different levels of genius. There's also different kinds of genius. I'm all for him being a musical genius.
Right.
But that's pretty much about it. Just going into other levels and other areas, Kanye, just stay in your lane. If he was right there, he could become the greatest of all time and all those other things in his area. But he's doing too much. He is biting off too much.
Don't marginalize him. Don't marginalize him. He's the next Walt Disney.
Hey, can I piggyback on what you said?
He's the next, I don't know, Gandhi. I don't know. Houseway.
Can I piggyback on what Donita just said?
Piggyback off of it.
Like, I do think when it comes to art and creativity, like, he's brilliant. Like, just from his covers, like, I wouldn't know about calls if it wasn't for Kanye. Like, his vision is pretty dope. But my thing is, like, let me find out you're great. Don't tell me you're great. Because if you tell me you're great, I don't care how great you are, I'm not going to think you're great.
So, Nikki, how great is Kanye?
To go off what Donita said, there are different levels of genius. And Kanye is on the cusp between regular genius and evil genius. Like, he's speaking these things that kind of make sense, that generally turn into babbling, and then all of a sudden he's going to be the Riddler saying who the hell knows what, and we're just like, okay.
You know
I want to buy it, but I don't.
I hate about when people are like, Kanye is so deep. You guys just don't understand him. Like what Jay said, just because you don't understand him, it doesn't mean that he's nice. It's because he wears kufi, it don't mean that he's bright. Like, like Jay said it. Chris, what is he? What's going on, man? How you feel about this?
See, I feel like Kanye is a rap Republican in the sense that this cat wants himself to do well. He wants the top 1% to do well. The Beyonces, the Jiggas, he wants all of them to do well, and he believes it's going to trickle down. So that eventually, if I get enough Yeezys, if I get to buy his burlap sack that he's trying to sell, that I too can be a genius as well. So he has to be great for me to get good. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's a true rap Republican. You know what I mean?
I like that. I start using it.
So, like, the burlap sack thing, is that like the emperor in his clothes? Like, what is that? Like, he's wearing something that we can't see? Is there something so special about that we just can't see it because it's only in his head?
I really wish he would fight hard for Saha. I really wish he was on stage yelling for Tiana Taylor. I really wish, Big Sean and Pusha T's on these tours with him. I really wish he was fighting for them the same way he fought for Beyonce. I mean, they need more help than she does.
I mean, I was like one of the first on the bandwagon as a super fan of College Dropout, Late Registration. I told my boys when he dropped the albums, the 808s, and after that, I said, "This is a change going on." I'm like, Ye used to be a very soulful dude. Like even the skits in there, the churches, all the things he used to have in his music, they slowly started to disappear. And I was the first one like, this ain't the same dude years ago. And they was like, nah, you just tripping. You just wanted to be ultra conscious. Like, and I'm like, nah, there's a difference in him. So I agree with you guys. The part that that kind of he had me on was limiting his expectations and his greatness, where he's like, listen, my daughter needs to be just as well off as these folks that own this land and these oil mines and things like that. So don't tell me that I'm at a Millie, I don't need the Billy because she don't need it. You know, like my wife has a limited brand. We know her now, but 10 years from now, nobody's going to know her.
Very limited.
And so I joke a lot, but definitely humility and not babbling will go a long way. I don't take him seriously on like 95% of what he says. It's that 5% that I hold on to, and I burn the rest of the evidence so I can remain a fan.
You know what's the tough part about that? And I love everything that you said. He was there for the video vanguard. Like typically people, perform your music, you perform your songs. I didn't even see him get the award. I got sorry. He put it down. I feel like he could have used that time to talk about Black Lives Matter, talk about what's going on in the White House and global warming, and all that's great. But it's like he's fighting for like the Yeezy clothing line and him running for president. I just didn't connect all. I get where he's going, but just connecting the dots is a little tough for me. It's a little tough. Like
Ye's the type of person he'll make like a 30-minute video, and if you just like piece together a good 2 minutes and 17 seconds, you can get like a really dope message. Right. Just the other 27 minutes are just crap. I mean, like that's why I don't like you. Not saying I don't like him, just in general. Okay, so I'm gonna go around the room. Who's voting for Kanye? Chris, you voting for Kanye?
Yeah, I gotta vote for Kanye, man. Kanye 2020, we in there.
2020. Donita, you voting for Kanye?
Sir, get real. There's no way on God's green earth. I'm good.
Deshauna, you vote for Kanye back 2020?
Check this out, man. My family is deep rooted in the NAACP. So
Okay.
I don't speak on no voting because I don't want my aunties at my neck. I'm voting for who they say I'm voting for when that time comes.
Okay, you wait. Nikki, you vote for Kanye? Jesus, what's up?
Only if he's the lesser of two evils and if he's on wife number 2 at that point.
Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Okay, Blast, you vote for him? What's up? 2020.
Not as long as Kim is his wife.
Oh my! What's up with the Kim hate? Kim is the best thing that happened to Kanye. Man, he's a family man now. He got a little baby, the cute baby.
Is she really?
Imagine Kim K like just going to meet the Queen. Like we'd be so like just them two together in the White House. Just
I agree. I mean, at this rate, we're already worried about Kanye meeting anybody. So what in the world is she gonna do? Absolutely.
We'll have like Jigga as the Secretary of Defense. We'll have Beyonce as the Secretary of State. Like no.
She'll be making positions like it'll be fashionista of the state too. Like I don't.
And that have you seen her lately? Fashionista of nothing.
Oh my gosh.
I agree.
Okay, so moving on. So then we get to the whole Nicki Minaj versus Miley Cyrus, the beef of the millennium. The beef. Forget Mayweather Pacquiao. Forget Drake and Meek Mill. Nicki Minaj and Miley. What's up? Somebody, anybody. What was happening with them?
Cricket. That was.
Like I don't understand. First of all, Miley Cyrus was probably the worst host I've seen of anything, of award shows, banquet, the block. She just the worst host of that life. She worked at McDonald's. She was at McDonald's. What'd you say, D?
Did you see Drake do the ESPYs? Because that was close. Drake was real corny. He stepped outside the booth, all swag is gone. Drake
at least Drake didn't get naked. Like, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, before we get to that, like, the VMAs in general, how do we feel about the VMAs? Is the VMAs even important to our culture anymore? The culture? Is it important? Chris, what's up?
Yo, VMAs made me feel like yelling, "Get off my lawn" for 2.5 hours on Sunday. I just thought I was the oldest man in the world. I had to sit back and sip some Metamucil after watching that joint. It was over for me.
You kids, get off my lawn.
Yeah, I was saying the VMAs used to be special because they would play videos all year and there would be like a lead up. Oh, I love these videos. I hope my favorite video gets nominated for an award. But they don't play videos, so there's no lead up. It's just an award of videos that you didn't see.
Like I think the only way the VMAs, unless like MTV rebrands itself, like they would be effective if like they were to partner with Vivo, like somebody were like a place where I actually go to watch music videos. Like as long as like have the MTV Awards, but don't call them the video because you really don't show videos.
Right.
And I think it's past its time. Then it's the fact that Viacom forces you, like it was on like 8 stations. Like no.
10 stations.
10.
10.
Like,
10
on TV Land for crying out loud. Like, get out of here.
You got people in the old folks' home watching Miley Cyrus shake herself. It went from the Jeffersons to Miley Cyrus naked on TV. Like,
is this everybody like Raymond? Like, where's Raymond?
No, in all reality, it literally went. I was watching BET at the time, which I rarely do, but I was watching Sunday's Best, and it literally went from Sunday's Best, one little message, and the next thing I know, I'm seeing Nicki Minaj and what's that girl's name? Taylor Swift walking across the stage.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for another award. This is only my 1,000th award. I'm so surprised. Oh my gosh. Look at all my friends that I bought. Oh my gosh. Say hi, friends. Hi, friends.
I'm actually over the idea of the award show only because the validity of it. Like, there's no real reason.
Right.
To do that particular one because there's all the other music-related award shows that you can just stick to those. This one, literally, I mean, I'm with Chris. I was yelling at the TV after minute number 11 because I almost went into cardiac arrest from all the colors on the screen and Miley Cyrus in those outfits.
Oh my gosh.
I was done. I had to cut it off. I was done. Like.
But this is my thing. Don't you think that the VMAs still holds like a special place in our hearts? I mean, we're 80s babies, grew up in the 90s. We saw like music at its pinnacle when it comes to like the MTV and its effects. Like
if I want to feel that again, I'll watch something on YouTube from one of the old ones. This one again.
That's why I had to put Fetty Wap because he kept it real for the culture and just stayed at the crib. He was like, I can mail my award to be all right.
Oh my God, Fetty Wap need to go in every show. He need to be at every show. He need to be at this show. Jesus, he had an album coming out in 3 weeks.
Look, I compare it to, I was telling my boys about like high school reunions. Facebook has taken the sting out of high school reunions because you're keeping up with folks, you're seeing a little more often than life. So they have to understand the evolution of the video. If you go on YouTube and these different sites and you're not appreciating the art of running home and watching this video and talking about it at school all day,
right?
Graduate. Maybe we move toward an award where it's strictly online fan voting and it's not this platform. Of course, we won't because of the money that's being thrown out there, but we're instant feedback internet. Let's get that kind of award show popping. But the traditional piece ain't really going to be what it's supposed to be because the internet is evolving. It's taking this thing out of getting together and getting feedback because you're getting it daily and by the minute, and folks ain't into just that one video. I wish we could watch one of 6 for an hour to see 30 seconds of your favorite video, but we don't. We don't do that.
And this is my thing with award shows, and it's just not the MTV Video Awards. This is awards in general. Like the moment where I saw DJ Paul and Juicy J get an Oscar, I knew no matter what I lived through in life, nothing was going to top this moment. So from that point on, I kind of gave up on award shows. Like I saw 3 6 get an Oscar.
It's hard out here for a pimp, man. You trying to get these awards, man. It's hard out here for the VMAs. Funny enough, my boy Travis, man, shout out to Travis in the group, posted statistics, and the BET Awards actually was rated higher than the VMAs. Like I never thought I would see the day. And like you said, the VMAs were on 10 different channels. How is BET beating you? And you force people of all ages to watch this show. That's terrible.
Yep.
That's horrible. So let's get back to my original point. So Nicki Minaj and Miley. So apparently Miley said something about Nicki Minaj because Nicki Minaj was ranting about not being nominated for like the video of the year, and Miley pretty much in layman's terms was like, get over it, it's an award. So Nicki wants to like stunt hard on camera, like I'm here to talk about me. I'm like,
what you said.
Where are you? You can't even walk in your dress. Like, how you gonna fight somebody?
Well, that's not how it actually happened, Walter.
How did it happen? Tell me, Nicki.
I'm sitting this one out because I'm so anti-Nicki that like I can't have a.
Tell me what happened. What happened?
It's not even about Nicki Minaj. It's basically Miley coming in and tone policing how she felt about sexism and racism in that particular industry. Well, she's not nice. Well, if she hadn't said it like that, then people would take her seriously. But I don't think she's very nice. That's not how she should have came at the point. Well, then you made it about you. Well, when I do this and when I do that and it's this, that, and it's not about you. Who even asked you about the situation is where I'm concerned, but it wasn't about her. You cannot tone police how someone feels about sexism or racism when you white feminists are the worst, and it really kills me that they do that. That's how it got back, is you started using her name and saying that she's a terrible person. And we don't know if she tried to reach out to her before that or not, and maybe that's the way she felt it was effective. But I think it's time someone stopped them from running their mouths when they never defend us. They're only out there to hurt us.
You know what I found funny? And I'm going to go around the room. I found it funny that when the whole topic came about the awards and Nicki Minaj was going up against, I think it was Taylor Swift, right? Mm-hmm. And they're on Twitter, and Taylor Swift made it about her, and he's saying, oh, why are you coming at me? But then, magically, a song gets created within 3 weeks, a performance gets rehearsed, and now the opening to the VMAs is Taylor Swift and Nicki Minaj. So it seemed a little planned.
Sounds like kindergarten, where you're mad one day, and then the very next day, you're the besties. Yeah.
Well, they did talk it out. She did apologize for jumping in where she had no business jumping in, but still, I wouldn't have gone as far as making a song and a performance after that.
Taylor's gonna mess around and get jumping in and stuff. So what next happened? Oh, Macklemore. Chris, how did you feel about let's see, Grandmaster Cass, D and Melly Mel, Downtown? How'd you feel about that?
Wow.
I don't want to get greedy, but I would have loved for them to have like an actual verse, or even just let Melly Mel let one of them trademark sounds, at least one. You know what I mean?
They did.
Did he get one? I was listening for it. Downtown, but I hit a rock. I was waiting for the rock. You know what I mean? But nah, I feel Macklemore is stolen in that sense. I respected it.
You respect it? Deshauna, so we respecting this? Macklemore, Downtown, 3 hip-hop legends. What's up? Talk to me.
Listen, my people we always in the catch-22. It's 1 year, we're not getting enough commercials, and then it's next year, why we only in the Cadillac and McDonald's commercial? Then it's one, that's how it be, so it's 1 year, it's like, oh, we're not worried about the old heads. They can't rap better than Kendrick and J. Cole anyway. And then the next race, go ahead and honor the old heads, and now we like, well, how you got to find a medium, right? It's like, when our people, we talking about how Pac and Big sold 10 million records, they made all black statements. So let's stop talking about how people are, biting and they can't do certain things in the culture. If they're in, they're in. If they're out, they're out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a Macklemore fan. I had an issue with, people winning album of the year. I mean, that's as far as the content. When you honor it and you do this, or like when people say Eminem can't be the GOAT because it's a black, a black craft and he's white, I'm like, yeah, but if Bird was dunking like LeBron and scoring like Jordan, we might talk about Bird a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Blast, what do you think about this, man? Downtown, 3 hip-hop legends. What's up? Downtown, LA.
Well, the shirt off thing really bothered me, but that's not good right there. I kind of agree with what Big Daddy Kane said. You can't praise with one hand and criticize with the other. Give it the song is cat feces to me, so the song is garbage. So now I got that out of the way, I do respect him. He's honoring hip hop, so I can respect that 100%. I'm not a Macklemore fan, but I respect what he did. And if true hip hop heads or cats really have a problem with it, then give them the same opportunity that Macklemore did. So I was all for the movement. It was a terrible song that they were on.
Absolutely. I think Big Daddy Kane was like, if one of these guys pass away, you're going to be quick to, get a T-shirt with RIP up there and Google some facts to put on Facebook to what's going on. But you're not helping these guys get a check. You're not helping bridge the gap. So I definitely appreciate Macklemore actually putting them in it. He took the style, so it was great that he put them in the video. I think it was dope. I'm not the biggest fan of it. The rapping part was okay. The hook really annoys me a lot. I'm sure when I hear it 10,000 more times tomorrow, I may like it. But
you say not the biggest fan of it. Did you misspeak and say you don't like it at all? Because I think that's what I heard.
I like.
You're in the industry.
Let me word this correctly.
You're in the industry, so I'm gonna let you slide. You ain't gotta answer it.
No. This may offend my political connects. I like the verses. I like his flow in the verse. I think the verses are not bad. The concept and the content, he's going to buy a moped, I don't really get. But I think he's trying to merge the average, casual music listener with someone who's a hip hop purist. He tried to kind of blend that within one song and then make it a commercial thing.
So you're
on a technicality point of view, I respect it. Am I gonna bump it? No. Am I going to save it on Spotify? No. But if I hear it, I'm not going to punch the person next to me.
Just say you're lobbying to be one of his ghostwriters. Well, we all know what this is about. It's about.
I wish if I was writing Macklemore's rhymes, this wouldn't be a hat right now. I'd be wearing like a money crown and all that, and pouring Cristal in my cereal. Yes, I said Cristal. All right, so get off the VMAs. Is there anything else about the VMAs we should talk about? Anything else that happened? It was just Kanye, Nicki, Macklemore, right?
Her past before she popped off on Miley Cyrus. I thought that was hilarious.
Who?
Nicki Minaj was like, I want to thank Pastor Lydia, and then she went in on Miley like immediately after. Like she gave her counseling to like go off on Miley during Bible study or something. I thought it was.
She got one of them pastors off for TV. She got one of the real pastors off of the what's the show? The pastors of LA. She got one of them pastors.
She got a pastor from LA, right? That's what she got.
One of the pastors come on at BT at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Can we talk about Meek not being chivalrous and how he lost his allowance for the week for not helping Nicki on stage?
Meek, how do you? Your name is Meek. How do you not exploit your girl? He's clapping. He's Hercules. And you're not helping your girl upset. What's going on, Meek?
Listen, you gotta know I'm sensitive to the culture, and I work at a school. When you get beat up a week before, you don't start volunteering to be a line leader and start raising your hand and clapping. Like you sit down in the back before somebody bring up how somebody just whooped you up on the yard. Like you don't want to sneeze. You don't want to order. They got
you gotta take care of your old lady though, man. You just have to take the bullet to the back end. Like you see, she had like a mermaid, a skin tight dress on. Like you could have helped her upstage. Like Rebel Wilson had to come down there in a stripper uniform to get Nicki Minaj. That was uncalled for.
Donita, if you were Nicki Minaj and you were walking up to accept this award, I forgot what the award was for, and you're struggling, and your man doesn't come up to help you, what's the conversation like after the show? Like, what are we talking about?
First problem is it probably wouldn't happen after. It probably would have happened mid-walk. Just being honest, I would have probably gave one of those looks, look back type thing, like for real. But yeah, the conversation afterwards would not have been pretty.
Nikki, what about you? What happens, man? You at the award show, you wearing this nice dress, showing off your bling, your block, your bloop. You can't walk. Your man's chilling. Right now, right by the stage. He's right by the stage. What's happening? What's going on?
There's a conversation, not with him, each people. Can we get a seat filler for that seat? Because he's gonna walk.
Oh my gosh.
You gonna replace him?
2 thumbs.
He's gone.
You must not know about me. You must not.
I
got another issue too about the VMAs, Walter.
What's the issue? Tell me.
Like this is kind of political, but like it really bothered me that like Rebel Wilson like made light of police brutality.
What she said was horrible.
Like that really bothered me. Like it's a serious issue. I'm not gonna say it's a race issue. I mean, statistics show that it's mostly black people, but police brutality in general is an issue.
Right.
And for her to make light of it, like that really it didn't sit well with me. And I wanted to turn off, but it's just like when you see a wreck down the highway and you rubberneck, so I just wanted to keep watching, but at the same time I wanted to change. Like that really bothered me though.
Yeah,
I think it was the low point of the show.
Go
ahead, Chris. You want to say something?
I really think that was the low point of the show, man. Like I was so, it really connects to even with Miley's issue with Nicki. I think it's 2 things from the same situation where folks feel like they're down for the struggle, but really don't care about us, and like really don't have no sense about like how real this stuff is. If I'm talking about my personal viewpoint, or I'm talking about like something that's happening to me as a people, and you're making fun of it or trying to say it's not that bad, that's really problematic for me.
It's so fun for people to take from the culture and dress like us and talk like us and get on these trap beats and all that stuff. When it comes to standing up for our rights and standing up for injustice, they're nowhere to be found. They're back in the studio. But the thing that gets me is that our own people embrace them. I was saying on a post, with country music, you can't just wake up one day and say, hey, I want to be a country music artist. You got to go to Nashville. You got to rub, and you got to really work hard. But hip-hop, we accept anybody. We have Hannah Montana on a Mike Will beat talking about trapping and smoking weed. You know, the whole show was about her smoking weed and her mammy and Snoop Dogg and
that bothered me too. But
that's
and then you got somebody up there talking about police brutality, stripping as a police officer. And I don't like. She's the last person I want to strip on national TV. I just want to point that out there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Nicki, what's up with this, man? What's going on?
It's I can't even get my words together. It's frustrating
Yeah.
because when we say it, we're aggressive.
Right.
We're angry. We're savages. We're this, that, and the next. But when a white person says it, oh, well, he may have a point. Like, Miley Cyrus isn't the first person to smoke weed. She isn't the first person to do anything. But now that she's doing it, oh, it's such a big deal. What was that song where she had on Jordans or whatever the case was? Oh, my God, she's wearing Jordans. Oh, my, like, that's not new. You take from us, you make it a big deal. But when we do it, we're ghetto.
Like, Timbs were not hot to, like, the fashion industry until, like, I don't know if it was Kendall or Kylie. One of them had a pair of Timbs on. They're like, they must have this summer Timberland boots.
Crazy.
Yeah, somebody had, like, cornrows, like, last year, and it was, like,
one of them.
They've now gone mainstream. Who was it?
One of those Kardashian people, and the edges that were gelled down, everything that we do, they take from us. And
Dots.
it just pisses me off.
They talk to me, man. Like, what's going on, man? Do you think it's a blatant attempt to try to, like, I guess, whitewash black culture, or what do you think is what's going on? What's going on?
I think it's all about how information is gathered and who's giving it out. So, I mean, we got to realize a lot of times people ain't paying no attention to us. You know what I'm saying? And so people really feel like the folks they see on TV are originals. And that's a problem. It's like they're not really in tune with the community. So they feel like because they go and cop a Kendrick or a J. Cole album, they're in tune with the community. But you guys know we're from different parts of the country. You're not really in tune until you step foot. I don't know what's going on in Virginia or in Carolina until I'm on foot, you know, in Betty's Ford or on somebody's street. So they really don't know where stuff comes from and where it originates from. And then it hits mainstream, or that's where I first seen it, so that's where it comes from.
Exactly. Donita, what do you think we need to do in terms of just us as, like, a culture? Like, should we still be embracing the VMAs?
As a culture.
And when I mean culture, I mean black folk who like hip-hop.
Right, I understand the question. The issue is that if we're going to alienate one thing, we're going to have to alienate a lot more than just one thing at a time. Just to turn off the VMAs, that's a good start. But now we're talking about a whole bunch of things that would have to just be something we would have to come together as a community and say, yeah, I'm done with it. I think our biggest challenge is still ourselves. The simple fact that we can't get on the same page when it comes to different subjects and different topics. But, I mean, as it stands right now, the VMAs in particular, sure, if you want to, you know, count that out, that's a great start. Right. But just be ready to let a lot of other things go as well.
That's how it starts.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so is any other topics, VMAs? What else? Is anything else?
Yes, one other that's kind of piggybacking off of this is the White Squad commercial. That
Yes, I missed that.
Okay, yeah, I missed all of that because I turned it off after the first 11 minutes. But it was brought to my attention that there was a satirical commercial that was made, pretty much saying that, hey, black folks or people of color, if you're having any issues, hire a white person to, you know, kind of take over that situation. For an example in the commercial was, hey, if you have to go to court, hire a white person because then you're 60% less likely to be convicted and all these other things. Right. It was a very, I think the way in which it was presented was a little bit shady and underhanded. I'm questioning what was the real message that was supposed to be said. Was it supposed to be just in humor, or was it something that was supposed to be enlightening? A little bit shaky on that, but I just wanted to bring that up, that there was another situation that happened during the VMAs.
Yeah, and I saw that, and it's, you know, this whole thing about being edgy, like talking about race and culture is edgy nowadays. Like, you shouldn't be offended. It's a joke. You're being too sensitive. Blah, blah. But it's like, we're the people that supporting these shows, right? VH1, these reality shows, MTV, they wouldn't exist if we didn't watch them. Like, if we all said collectively, we're gonna stop watching MTV and VH1. It's over. It's a wrap. You know, tape up the windows. You know, shut down the computers. Is over. So I feel like to just allow them to keep disrespecting us, but we're watching it and supporting it, it's you know, it's crazy. It's gonna keep continuing if we keep watching it and keep talking about it, like we're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? We're bashing it, but you know, at some point we have to draw the line. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Which is very true, Walter. And another example of a time I can think of that people kind of came together and something got dropped was that fake Greek reality show that was supposed to happen about a year and a half ago. You know, as a fellow, you know, Greek, we pretty much got upset, and everybody decided we're not going to watch it, we're not going to support it. People were writing letters and emails and all kinds of stuff, and the next thing you know, that show just disappeared from the planet. Literally, you cannot find like a clip of it to watch.
Go ahead, D.
That's another example of, you know, I agree with you and what you were saying earlier. Sometimes, you know, it's like when you were talking about the mentality of if we let go of this, then this issue's bigger or just as big. But, you know, it's kind of like that thing that keep you out of church. You know, well, off I'm going to say, nah, you just got to go first. And so if it start with that Greek show, and if it start with the VMAs next, and we just start chipping off at that iceberg, we can get rid of whatever we want to or boycott whatever we want to at any given time. My issue is once people get woke, they rub it in everybody else's face. Or how you watching the VMAs and I'm woke. That's the issue. You can let go if you want to, but let's please stop knocking each other as soon as we get a little bit of, you know, whatever you want to call it, and we woke. It's like, well, I'm woke, everybody else ain't, so now I'm better than the rest of this culture.
Yeah, that's just like that's like dealing with religion. It's like, say, I'm at a bar with somebody, like, and then they all of a sudden get saved, and then they see me take a drink, and they're just like, I can't believe you was doing this. You was doing this with me yesterday, like.
Look at you. I seen you. I seen you. What is that in your cup, boy? What's that in your cup?
Exactly. So you can't guilt trip. Like, you got, like, people find their own awareness.
You know what's so funny? When the host of Sorority Girls came, I made this, you know, big post about it's wrong, disrespecting culture, and I'm going to boycott, you know, VH1 and MTV. And I was good. You know, I boycotted Love and Hip Hop LA. It was kind of whack, so that helped. And I didn't watch VH1 for about a good 8 to 9 months. And then something happened. Stevie J and Jocelyn came back on, and I found myself, let me just glance and see what's going on. And next thing you know, I'm hooked. I'm hooked again. So it's like, I feel like such a hypocrite. I feel like the guy who's like selling the bean pies, but then dating Barbie. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's so bad.
Sneaking pork.
Like crack in the 80s, man.
Go ahead, D.
I don't want to get off topic, but I saw this on Facebook earlier, and I thought it was interesting, too, because it's back to the culture. I don't know if you saw this, but it was a picture of young Jeezy with his son who just graduated from a charter school.
I saw that.
And it was like, he told you to trap or die, but look what he told his son to do. So, you know, I'm interested in hearing people's thoughts on that. Is that reading too deep into the culture and, you know, Jeezy talking about his past and, you know, or is that part of the responsibility and accountability? Like, look, don't tell everybody else trap or die, because that was a joint when we was in college. We were in college at that time, and he was like, no, trap or die. So probably in, like, you know, the band prep class, knocking it out. So how y'all feel about that? Because that was on my mind today.
Chris, what do you think about it, man? Jeezy telling us to trap, but his son is graduating from college, probably magna cum laude as well. What do you think about that?
I think that goes down to the question of the artist's responsibility, because if we're talking about it like people hearing trap or die, and then the audience has a sophisticated ear to say like, oh wow, this is great art that Jeezy's creating, versus that whole motif of authenticity that comes with hip hop, that's where it becomes a real issue, because hip hop is never just presented as like, oh, we got nuance, we got all these different levels to the art. It's presented as like, yo, this is Jeezy's story, he's real, he's about that. So it gets real complicated. Because on one hand, you're happy that he's able to like give his son a better life, but on the other hand, you look at him and you're ashamed, like, yo, you selling me poison, but you're not giving your kid that poison. You're not really about that poison anymore, so why are you giving me that poison?
Like Jay said, like I told you, sell drugs. No, Hov did that, so hopefully you wanted to go through that. So I don't know. I kind of see it two different ways. I see it like Jeezy, and I know I'm a big Jeezy fan. It's been well documented. I do feel like a lot of his music sometimes glorifies it, but if you search within certain songs, he does talk about the consequences of it. And I think a lot of it is like, this is what I went through, right? I'm not saying that you need to do it. If you're a square, stay a square. But this is how I made it. But it's like, at the same time, if you made it and you're a millionaire and you have a label, why can't I do what you do? So it gets a little confusing on the message depending on who's listening to it. You know what I'm saying? So, but talk. Have a son talking about your son in college. I didn't know that until the picture. Have a son bigging your son up. Let people know.
Right, but see, I think there's a level of responsibility by the consumer at the same time to really decide and decipher what it is you want to take in. Now, given everyone is not on the same level, for some people, you know, those lyrics is their life, so they're cool with rock and, you know, going with it. For others, it's like, yo, it's just music, I'm good. I just want to, you know, rock out in the club real quick. So it is a tough situation, like Chris mentioned. It's very tough. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, who would you, you know, truly, I don't want to say blame, but who would you, you know, who would be at fault in that?
Don't blame Jeezy. Don't blame Jeezy.
I'm not saying don't blame Jeezy. I'm not saying that. There's just a responsibility level on both parts. That's really what I think I'm trying to say.
Nicki. So what do you think about this? Do you think Jeezy is the issue? Do you think it should be more about the consumer and their parents and them kind of saying, listen, you can listen to it, that's entertainment, but you need to be going to college or building a business or something. So what do you think about that?
I mean, I hate to be that guy, but does the trap really have to stop there? Technically, aren't we all in a trap?
Ooh.
That's what I was. Yeah, good job, man.
Deep, my sister. Deep.
So if his choice is to educate himself and to be something else, he's in a trap to make more money that way. So just because he chose to go the drug route doesn't mean he's not saying trap or die. He means trap this way.
Besides the snowman shirts. But yeah, other than that,
songs with him selling drugs. Other than that, I agree.
That's not Frosty. That's not Frosty the Snowman on his T-shirt. So recently, I think it was Lauryn Hill was like a big discussion. I think the miseducation of Lauryn Hill was like the 25th anniversary, was it? 25 years or something like that.
It was like he won a Grammy in 1999. So like, how long was that? What was that? 16 years? 17 years?
16, something. I don't know. 15. It was a long time ago. And we were talking in the group about Lauryn Hill's legacy. And I did a video talking about the 15 greatest MCs of all time, female MCs. And it's like, there's some people who've never really heard a lot of female albums, right? And so Lauryn Hill was so big. Lauryn Hill's at the top of everybody's mind. So she's considered like the epitome of the female MC. But in reality, she only had really one solo album, which she rapped maybe 30% of the time. She was with the Fugees, but that was the group. So why are we considering her like the top female MC to ever do it? Like what's up with that?
Can I start with this?
Please.
Like this, like Lauren's my. Like.
Don't fall out. Don't fall out.
I might need to take a sip of water. I'm starting to hyperventilate. Yeah. It's just like it's not. I think she's extremely dope. Like I wouldn't put her as like my best MC because her body of work is not expensive enough for me to do so. But at the same time, it's just like if someone comes off the bench and hits a home run in Game 7 of the World Series, that moment is still so good because it meant so much for so many people. Like me, 1990, I was like, I'm not gonna date myself, but I was a teenager, so just like hearing the skits and like it was a blend of neo soul and hip hop. It was like Maxwell met Nas, and it's just like, and I'm not a female. Just I can imagine if I was a female, then it would mean so much more to me because she was speaking from the point of view and like everything that she went through, like trying to find love and the mistakes she's made, and like going to like watching her kids Zion, things of that nature. It's like for where we were, I guess within the culture, and how she like just merged so many, like I guess genres of music, and she told her story like authentically. Like she wasn't naked, she wasn't twerking. She was just like everything that I wanted in an artist and more. So it's like that's why I hold her like to such high esteem. Like, I'm not putting her like my best MC because her body work isn't expensive enough. But I do think like for her time period and what she did, she's legendary.
Yeah, because my thing is, I'm gonna go around the room. I feel like the album itself is one of the greatest, pieces of work, period, in terms of art, right? Artistically up there. But is Lauryn Hill, is the album higher than Lauryn? I feel like that's the conversation sometimes. Like we base Lauryn on that one particular body of work. But after that, Lauryn Hill turned her back. She bounced on the culture. She didn't leave a 4-page letter or nothing. She was like, I'm out. When she came back, it was like she had a bandana on, a banjo on MTV stage. You know what I'm saying? Talk about it all falls down. Like,
but maybe Big taught her, man, you only make moves when your heart's in it. So if her heart went, like, why make music?
But Big had 3 albums though. Big had 3 albums though. Deshaunus, man, what's up? Is Lauryn legend or fluke? What's up? What's going on?
Listen, man. Talent brings respect and admiration. But a body of work and a resume brings greatness. So you can talk about how talented she is, and you can respect her. But once we start mentioning greatness, refer back to the album. You know what I'm saying? Because but at the same time, folks may do that for Big, 3 albums or whatever. But I mean, it's just disrespectful. And this industry is so fickle. And we sit here and sneeze at what Jay and Beyonce and Nas and certain people do because they're around so long. Like I said, it'd be better off. I've been better off just dying. But it's like, man, well, then let me take one album. Let me just take one album like she did it. Let's just take Beyonce one album or somebody else one album, and then I'll just be good. It's hard to stay around in this business. And the last point is, we always tend to lean when it comes to R&B and music towards the neo soul. We try to shade some of the other stuff a little bit, even though that's what we turn it up to for about 5 days, and then on Sunday, you rap listening to the neo soul, but we shade it. Like, oh, it's not the same category what they're doing and what she's doing. So I think we need to balance it out. Don't pit it against each other. Staying relevant and being great is a huge thing. And so I'm gonna go with the album is a legend. She has a legendary memory. But as far as her for the culture, yeah, I don't want to lose any fans before I get them. So I'm just.
So Chris, man, talk to me, man. You are hip hop guru like yourself, man. Lauryn, man, is the album bigger than her, or is she the epitome of the female MC, man? What's up?
The album's definitely bigger than her, and it's sort of that gift and the curse. Because you talk about the sacrifice, she was never the same after the album. It seemed like she had to go through like a real mental breakdown. Really was fighting for her sanity and everything like that.
At all.
But when I completely, man. So when I think about her talent, though, obviously she doesn't have the body of work of, say, like a Missy or somebody like that, even like the Queen Latifah. But when you talk about her skill level in terms of MCing, you got to put her up there as one of the greats. Yeah, she doesn't have that long body of work. She hasn't created a great catalog like that. But her classic it's more impactful for the culture in general rather than just saying it's a great hip hop album. I think it's just a great album. But I think her skill as an MC, she's up there. Even though she doesn't have a huge body of work, she still can get busy. So I'll give her that props, though.
Nikki, man, how do you feel, man, about this Lauryn Hill thing, man? Do you consider her one of the greats in terms of just her as a person, as an artist, or is it really just based off of one album?
I mean, I think she may have set the bar too high. It's a case of setting the bar too high. It's like she gave everything she had, and you made a great album, and it may have taken everything out of her, and it caused her to spiral out. So as far as talent, yeah, she's a great talent, but she gave all her talent on that one album. So
yeah,
can I base my opinion off that one album? Sure, she's great, but now she's just Lauryn.
But I think she might be fired again because her couple of tributes to like how she executive produced like the Nina Simone soundtrack. Like she's back. Like she doesn't sound like she's not where she was, but like she's way better than she used to be. Like so she's starting to get back in that groove.
She ain't back. She's side. She ain't back. She's side. But she's to the side. We don't know yet. Like,
her curl's still trying to.
But this is my thing, and I don't have any Lauryn Hill hate. Like I love Lauryn Hill. I think she's a phenomenal artist. I think I made her like number 5, number 6, something like that on the list. But my thing is that I'm a big fan of Raw Digger, and I'm a big fan of Queen Latifah. I'm a big fan of MC Lyte. I'm a big fan of a lot of female lyricists. You know what I'm saying? Just in general. And so it's like they put bodies of work. MC Lyte been out since like 88, 89. Queen Latifah, that period. Missy Elliott and even Nicki Minaj. All these people who consistently gave us top-notch work. Like you can't you can't even assume that they aren't great because they've given you consistent bodies of work. And with Lauryn, she had a lot of people that helped, and yes, she definitely created a great album, but she wasn't able to duplicate it on the same level. So it's like, fam, was that you, or was that just your situation? Because we haven't seen anything close to that in, how many years? So Donita, talk to me. How you feel about that?
Okay, because I'm trying to wrap my brain around everything that's been said, and I know what I said on the group chat.
Backsliding.
Right? No, I'm not backsliding at all. Because honestly, my gut feeling, especially being somebody who was a teenager in this
Exactly.
And class, you said it perfectly. All the emotions and things that came through that album, singing it in the shower and getting dressed in the morning and all that stuff. Yes. As much as I loved the album, literally, I could pretty much quote and sing it up, straight through right now. The simple fact that she had another piece of work that came out after that and it bombed.
Yeah.
And that piece of work was a live album.
Yeah.
He just adds to the thought process that her first album was great. It's legendary, but she just she just may not be everything that we want her to be. And though she may be having to come back now, great, wonderful, see you when you do that. But as it stands, just thinking back to that time period and how hype I was when that MTV Unplugged was coming out, my Unplugged at that point was like everything. It was like, oh, this is like as close as you're going to get to going to a concert. And when I played it, and it was like 25 tracks of nothingness.
Oh. They should have unplugged her. Like, they should have just unplugged it entirely. Just unplugged the whole thing. First of all, yeah.
It was nothing like what he had already experienced. So, personally, Lauryn, love you. Love to see you come back to that, the height of your career. But, yeah, that was great. And it's legendary.
She is not.
Lauryn, and Lauryn need to show up to her shows on time, too. That's one thing.
I have heard a rap about her, too.
Yeah, but something else, and not to end off, and I know people love Lauryn Hill. I'll get into debates with people about Lauryn and say, oh, she's great, but she may not be number one. And they'll be like, of course she's number one. What are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, have you heard Queen Latifah's Black Rain? Well, no. Have you heard Rod Digger's, Dirty Harriet? Well, no. Have you heard Little Kim's Hardcore? No. Have you heard Missy's Super Duper Fly? Well, no. So you've only heard Lauryn. You haven't heard any other female MC, but yet you have her at number one because she had a lot of hits. So it's like, listen, before we put her on the pedestal, check out all the female MCs. Check out MC Light as a Rock. Check out a lot of that work and then make your own decisions. You know what I'm saying? So any more thoughts on Ms. Lauryn Hill? What's up?
Nah, man, I just know my cousin Lisa might watch this. She's a part of the group. And she was very specific in how I need to talk about Lauryn on this platform, so I'm sorry. Back up with me. But I love Lauryn. It's great, but we just need to put it in perspective,
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So wow, it's time. It's time. This has been great. I feel like I can talk to you guys forever. All right. So I guess final words, man. What are you guys listening to right now? What are some current songs or something you just on your mind for this week? Give me a song or album or something that you guys are checking out. Blast, what's up? What you checking out?
Well, I can't give you a current album because I'm very old school when it comes to my music taste.
Right.
So for the last week and a half, it's been a blend of Bobby Womack's The Facts of Life.
And
you like Bobby Womack, man.
Oh man, I love Bobby's my man. When he died, I lost a little piece of me. And then a lot of Al Green. Those are my two go-tos. And it's probably been way for the last 2 weeks.
Okay, all right. I hear you. Hey, old school. Nikki, what's up? What you listening to right now?
I don't have a particular. I really, honestly don't have the time. So I'm usually just in the car, whatever comes on.
So Future comes on, you rocking with that?
No.
If Future come on, I'm on. Come on, stop. All right, Deshaunus, what's up? What you listening to right now, man?
I'm in full-fledged research mode. That's what this group has put me in. So today, I was kind of chopping some stuff up. I've been listening to Cube, on his solo tip. So, you know, The Predator, America's Most Wanted, just kind of where his skill set was to match the head's cue was dope. And I flipped over to Rakim, you know, what is it, the 18th letter or something like that, you know, just to kind of see, you know, continue to go through that and see what the hype was about. And then lastly, man, you know, I'm a little conflicted, so I continue to go through Drake's resume, try to see if I can pick and find inconsistencies and what's going on and see, you know, if the music has some stuff in it. So I just been listening to that. So them kind of been the things, all research purposes. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. I was about to say, Deshaun's going to get a lot of fans until he said Drake. Once he said Drake, his fan mail just went all the way down.
Like, no, it's just for research purposes.
He's about to be, right, just for research purposes. But Drake is dope. Drake is dope. Chris, man, what you listening to right now?
Man, I'm listening to Kabaka Pyramid, Well Done. That video just came out. I posted it on the group. Yeah, love that song. I have it on here for rotation. And my man Andy Mineo, he got an album, Uncomfortable, coming out, and I've been listening to some of the tracks off of that. He made one song dedicated to his sister who's deaf, and I thought it was incredible. So, Hear My Heart, I think is what it's called. So, those two guys killing it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Miss Donita, what you listening to right now? What's poppin'?
I'm a little bit all over the map right now. I'm still rocking Tidra Moses, literally, like, I am still rocking that from cover to cover. Yes. But usually in the morning, I'm on some gospel tips. So right now, I'm a little bit on the Dietrich Haddon and sometimes it'll be a side trigger or something like that. And then because of the group, I've been going a little bit of old school, and today I was really listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire. But I also, for some reason, landed on The Love Below, Outkast. I don't know why, but I was rocking to that for a couple hours today. So
he lives in my lap. So what I'm listening to? So
are my panties?
So right now, Tidra Moses, y'all put me on to that because at first I was like, I ain't listening to Tidra Moses.
Exactly, I was the same way.
Only Moses I'm listening to is the one of the Ten Commandments. But I checked it out, and that album is dope. Like, Get It Right, and The Conversation, Cognac, and The Only You. That album is tough. Listen to that. A little Jill Scott. That Lighthouse joint is crazy. Fool's Gold is crazy. And back to Kendrick, actually. I went back to the Kendrick album, man. I actually was playing it every single day when it first came out, and I took a break and went back to it. It's touching me even more, you know, balls. Touching me even more now than it was when I heard it at first. And obviously, the album that I'm playing every single day, I'm playing it right now, is Compton. I'm playing that album. You can't hear it right now because it's so dope. I don't want to like play it and then, you know, y'all just be not paying attention. Compton is dope. So, but again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited to do this and kind of just share the world. We have so many dope people in our group, facebook.com/groups/BMOCTV. Thank you guys so much. You guys tune in to the next episode of The Culture. And peace out, everybody.
Peace.